Well, hello everyone. Here I am. It is Wednesday already. Yes, a week went by since our last conversation. How have you been doing? I have been doing great. Students are excited. A lot of things going on the last 2 weeks of school. We have field day, we have carnival coming up, we have a field trip tomorrow, we have a barbecue, many things going on. And we are getting ready to end the school year. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I hope that you have great summer plans. My wife and I and many friends are going to go to different countries this summer, so we are very excited. I am a traveler. I enjoy every aspect of it. I enjoy from the moment I start planning the vacation, finding the hotels, finding the transportation, what we're going to do, packing, getting to the airport. I like everything about it. Getting lost when I get there, every single aspect of traveling, I truly enjoy. Before I go on, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking them. Thank you for your comments. And remember, if you're watching the videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I want to remind you to subscribe, recommend the videos to your friends, family, and colleagues. Okay? All right. And now, the topic for the day is incorporating the arts in our daily lessons. So now that I can manage my classroom well, because for a couple of years there, it was a little bit dicey. But now that I don't really have to worry, I have enough strategies to manage my classroom, I can prepare more enriching lessons, which sometimes take a little bit more planning, but they're worth it. They're worth it. And one thing that I struggle is, I need to make sure that I teach all the standards. And so sometimes I forget that I can do that and still prepare super interesting lessons. And 2 days ago, I decided to take the time to prepare a lesson related to the visual arts, paintings. So let me tell you how this went on. Let me tell you from beginning to end how this lesson, because it was a success. It was a 100% success. So I found 10 paintings that I knew would be interesting to my students. I'll mention some of them. Son of Man, the guy with the apple on his face, the Mona Lisa, Royal Red and Blue, American Gothic, Dogs Playing Poker, and the Scream, and a few others like that. So the first thing was to get together and just look at these pictures and just have a discussion. I would have them make comments about the different paintings. So I told them that these were very famous paintings, very expensive paintings. Most of them were in museums. And so they were, talking about, I was taken aback by the type of discussions that they were having. They were talking about the things that were there and the colors and what was in the background and some secret things that they were looking for back there. And they were talking about whether the Mona Lisa was smiling or whether she was happy or sad, and what was the symbolism of the apple in the guy's face. They were just having awesome discussions, anything that you would expect when you have great pieces of art in front of you. Then after that, we talked about the artists themselves, and where were they from, and how some of their lives were really very interesting. And we had a discussion, why are these pieces so famous? Why are they so expensive? Why are people willing to pay so much money for these pieces? And they were having, this great, and if you had the money, would you buy a painting like this? Would you buy one of these paintings? And they were having these great discussions. I was blown away by the type of conversations that were happening in my classroom that day. After that, they were supposed to pick one, and look at it carefully. They could look at carefully in their computers, and then after they really, really analyzed it, they were to critique it. And I gave them a few things, describe the painting, talk about the colors. Why do you think that this painting became so famous? How does it make you feel when you look at this painting? What kind of mood do you think that the painter was in when he or she painted this? If you had the money, would you buy it, and why? Always evidence, for their answers. And they came up with the most amazing critiques. They really did. And this was really interesting. So one boy chose Starry Night, and another girl chose Starry Night. The girl thought that this painting made her so happy. She loved the blues and the yellows. She loved the night sky, the way that the buildings were there, the way that the painting was sort of like, she said, in circles. She loved it. It made her feel really happy. For the boy, it was the whole opposite. It made him feel sad. He mentioned the colors. He mentioned the type of painting. He mentions the buildings, the trees. He mentioned the light, the yellow lights, but it made him feel sad, which is exactly what art is supposed to do, right? Each of us feel different about one piece of art. Good art really makes us feel emotions that we don't normally feel with other things. And it can be different, and it is different for different people, because we have different brains, we have different tastes, we have, and that's exactly what my students were doing. So this really encouraged me to make sure that next year I put a bigger and stronger effort into preparing lessons that incorporate the music and sculpture and maybe silent movies. I thought about also, just different types of art within the lessons, whether they're science or social studies or math or reading. I want to incorporate the arts in my lessons because they truly will enrich my classroom environment, and students will be exposed to things that they are not normally exposed to, or that a lot of them are not exposed to. So I encourage you. You might not want to do paintings. Something else might interest you. But I encourage you to incorporate the arts in your daily lessons. You will be blown away. And I'm sure actually that many of you are already doing this, and I am 10 steps behind. But I am excited about this, and I figure I share with you. So thank you so much. I hope that you can have classrooms that are truly enriching, that are comfortable for you, comfortable for your students, that are places where we really, really learn together with our students. So have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.